Now, as I said before, when I get on this TikTok live, I usually post this, okay, on my YouTube. And so anyone who's watching me, I say hello to you because I'm the great conversationalist at best. I try to talk about multitudes of topics. I usually come off the top of my head, running my mouth about anything and everything. But usually, sometimes I come with a little list of things to talk about. But if you want to talk about anything, we can talk about it as well. Because there's a lot of people who need someone or a companion to actually talk to. So how you been, everybody? What's going on? I'm going to let this record for like about 10 minutes and then I'll be off of here because I don't really like to waste my time just talking in thin air. But I do post it on my YouTube. As a matter of fact, I'm going to post it down here. Okay, I have to put this here. I gotta pin this, guys. Let me see. My YouTube, okay, my YouTube on the bottom, okay, it's Marky's Knowledge for currently right now. I am an indigo, schizo individual, okay, so you should already know that I'm not your average man. I'm not some ordinary guy that's talking nonsense, okay? I talk very quickly, and sometimes I talk too quickly for some individuals, but I'm sorry. I can't just slow down for everybody, okay? But I'm going to post down here my Facebook. You just have to type in everything, and you'll find me. And, of course, you'll be able to find me on Facebook as well. Facebook and YouTube. I'm usually on Facebook and YouTube. So other than that, what are we going to talk about for today, guys, okay? So far my day is okay. I'm trying to study up on cryptocurrency and also trying to do stocks and bonds and stuff. I have a broker that's actually trying to guarantee me, but I'm pretty sure he's not guaranteeing me. I don't even believe in the stocks and market too much because when you put money in cryptocurrency, okay, you got to focus on how much money you're going to keep making every month. You have to put an initial investment of a large amount, usually up to $1,000. As I was hearing Brother Polite talk about this, and I'm like, I don't know, it sounds skeptical, but I'm trying it from real true professionals who's actually trying to help me. I started off with like 247, and if I don't keep making my money back, then I know it's not worth it. So I'm just doing an experiment right now because I'm trying to help other people, and those people who actually join my Patreon, because I do have a Patreon, I usually give them this information. But if you have not joined my Patreon, you'll just hear me running on with this live account and it'll just disappear. If you know me as a personal indigo child, that's me with no sins. I have no sins. I am a god, and just like you all are gods. You must understand that everybody have different attributes and different abilities. So you never compare yourself to anyone else. Everyone is unique in their own fashion. Me, I'm a schizo-indigo. And what is a schizo-indigo? A schizo-indigo is someone who is most likely hearing the third voices outside themselves, who get advice from external sources. I don't care where you think it comes from. It's benefiting me. It doesn't cause me any grief or suffering. The only time I get grief and suffer sometimes is when I realize that most human beings are garbage. Okay, I think like that, and the voices tell me this sometimes. But that's what this life is about, to understand what suffering and sorrow is. Because at one time in this world, there used to be many different races. And we actually work together in harmony. The Mahabharata, the Vishnu records, the Kabbalism, okay? The different species, dog-headed people, lizard people, okay? They used to exist alongside of human beings. Until one day, Shiva came down to this planet. This is more on the Hindu side of Hindu mythology, okay, if you want to believe that. Because, people who believe in religion are locked in a box, okay? They know, if you do your research, you'll find out there's over 3,000 different gods and stuff, different deities and different religions all across the world. But people don't want to believe that. They believe in demons as everything. Anything's different from an ordinary perspective mind is going to basically say they're a demon, okay? Now, in a sense, they're right, because demon means dematerialized man, because they're not really a man. They're just some other species of being, okay? But trust me on this. This is all unscripted here. I keep telling you guys, the more knowledge you know, for you guys, the more most women, in particular, can't keep up with your pace. Because every time I have conversations with women, they don't have a good two-way rapport with me, because they lack the education. They don't want to learn education. But anyway, I digress here. But at one time on this planet, we human beings existed alongside with other species of beings from different worlds and different... Let me add you in here, okay? How you been? I'm going to add you in here, okay? How you...
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, let me see. Dan the Tremon man. Okay, why did the
Game,
others evolve?
match.
Okay, hold on. Let me see. All right, what's going on here? Okay,
Thank you.
how are you been? Can you hear me?
How old are you? My
Where do you live at?
Syria.
Syria. I live in the USA. What's on your mind, brother?
Where?
I live in the USA,
I
United
am
States.
Arabic. Can you speak Arabic?
No. Can you speak
Oh,
okay, can you speak you speak Arabic?
yes. أتكلم العربية. بحكي عربي.
Oh, okay. So how's life treating you out there?
I didn't speak English.
Oh, okay. You want to learn English? I teach English.
I love you English.
I know I talk very fast, but I don't mean to
I
because
love my English.
okay,
I love my English.
that's good. Let me answer this person over here. This person
But
said, "Why didn't the
but
others?"
no.
Go ahead, speak. Go ahead. What would you like to talk about?
What?
Okay, let me see.
لا ما عم افهم عليك.
Okay,
شو يعني لا افهم بالانجليزي؟ شو يعني لا؟ I don't know. I don't know.
you don't know?
I don't know English.
Oh, okay. So I'm just saying hello to you. Y'all play soccer out there?
Syria. Syria, Syria.
Okay. All right, that's cool. You live in Syria. Now, let me try to answer this person down here. It says there's a question. I always answer questions. Why did the others evolve? Well, there are certain species that did not evolve on this planet. And so they were brought here, okay, by other races of beings. But if you do your research, you will find out that there are over 3,000 different types of gods. 3,000 different types of gods. And anyone who believes in such any one religion has been bamboozled because their minds are not ready to explore the horizon of other religions. Like one person will see one religion as bad, while the other person will see the other person as bad. Like most Hindu people don't look down on other people's religions. Okay. Hindu people don't say, okay, oh, we don't believe in anything. They just believe in we all should live in peace. So that is how they believe over there because it's all a philosophy to keep people in check, okay? But other than that, yeah, he just left. I love you all, and I hope you can understand that people who are diverse and open-minded to diversity are the best people in the world. Okay, so I did answer your question, Dan, the driving man. Why didn't the others evolve? I'm pretty sure you mean evolution of different species. We all came from somewhere else. We are not all from this planet. Okay, and so you have, yeah, the Hindus believe that there's different species in the world, and we were all separated because of arrogance and pride. Okay, so I have an Indian friend, and he said Hindu is not a real thing; it's what white people call them. Yeah, yeah, they. As a matter of fact, have you ever saw the Hindu god Shiva or Krishna? You notice how their colors are pink and blue. Their original colors were black. They painted over the colors so people would not believe that their original color was black. I did not believe this until I saw this. Okay, I was like, why are they coloring over the original colors of the original gods, okay? But I don't really believe in none of that stuff. I believe in semantics. I believe in basically anything is possible through skepticism, okay? If you are hearing a voice in your head, it doesn't mean that you're a bad person. It's just that mean you're different, okay? They have had several religions and white people named them that. That's correct. It can happen. People plagiarize other religions and also other places and peoples and the gods, and they say that God is this God. Just like they do the Egyptian all of the time. They color them white, okay? And they're not white. They're black. They're brown, okay? Brown people. But over time, things will be whitewashed, okay? But it can happen both ways. I believe it happens in both ways, though, because I believe y'all guys have to be more open-minded to multitudes of things. You can't just focus on, okay, this is just one way and this only one way. This locks your mind, okay? And when this happens, you will suffer, okay? Because, we're not here to learn about, okay, this is my way and the only way. I don't think that way. I just know for a fact that if most of you don't know what reincarnation is, you don't even know what the concept of Jesus Christ is. Because Jesus had made many books that's not written in the Bible, and it's in the we call it apocryphal records, and especially in the Ethiopian context of things, because I was living out there in Ethiopia, and I wanted to go to Oxum myself. I wanted to travel and get on that plane and check it out myself. But the problem is that people don't understand that there's books taken out of the original context of religion. And so religion means to bind when it comes down to, it means to bind. Religion means to bind in Latin, okay? That's what religion means, to bind the people. Because we all live in an animalistic society where this don't tread on me, okay? This is my land and this is how it's going to be, okay? It's not your land because there's some selfish people. Look what happened to all the invaders that came to America, okay, and killed off most of the Native Americans. Look what happened in Africa, okay, when the Italians tried to take over in Ethiopia, okay, because I lived out there for 2 years. And I try to tell people, always have an open mind. As I said before, we can talk about multitudes of things, guys. If you got a problem with self-denial or self-psychology with yourself or depression or something, you should come talk to me, okay? Because life is short. We live less than 100 years old. You have no time to be living, okay, a life of boringness, okay? Because when you are not well endowed with some sort of knowledge, even if you can't remember it, just always keep learning. Because the fact that when you got people who don't like to learn, it destroys the plan, okay? No, I can't answer that. And I try my best to tell people all the time to be a Renaissance man and be a Renaissance woman, okay? I'm a sapiosexual, by the way. A sapiosexual is a person who loves knowledge, okay? And when you love knowledge, you can't compete with everybody else because you did a little bit of research in every department. You could be what's it called? A jack of all trades, but a master of none. That is the best way to be in life. You do not have to settle for life the way it is. It is better to live in isolation with tons of knowledge because people will come to you and they'll always have something to say. They'll never be bored because I love to make people smile, okay? You guys got to be like that, but most people aren't these things. So they'll end up trying their best. Like hella say, okay, yeah, you understand what I'm saying? You got to keep learning. You cannot stop learning, okay? Me, I know a bit about this, about 10, 16 topics most people cannot contend with. I can talk to you for hours about any types of subjects. I love DNA, genetics, eugenetics, okay? I love studying human behavior. I love studying animals, and I love studying children and women and abroad. When I try to hook people up in relationships, I try to understand their basic fundamental psychology first. And it's very important to understand what psychology and the pathology as well, okay? How do you like my Harry Potter glasses, by the way, okay? My Harry Potter glasses. I do teach English, by the way, so I did post it down there. Once you find my information in any sense, I do have a Patreon. I'm more focused on my Patreon because I teach English, and it is dynamic English. I do not teach the complex, institutionalized academia English. I do not teach that. I teach basic fundamental English, and trying to keep it very flexible so you can understand the culture of America, because I'm native to my American tongue. As a matter of fact, in my genetics, I am a mixed breed. I am a crossbreed, a hybrid. Lots of people are hybrids, but they keep thinking themselves as African. You know what I'm saying? I can't stand that, because nobody's truly African. Nobody's truly Caucasian, okay? And I don't understand that concept, okay? You gotta keep yourself busy, babies. I have 2 daughters. I've traveled to Ethiopia, lived out there for 2 years, traveled to the Gambia, and I try to keep people on their toes about relationships. When you're trying to start relationships, you got to put everything on the table. That's my cup of tea. That's what we're talking about now because of Kevin Samuels and Corey Holcombs. Okay, people are trying to dibble and dabble with the knowledge, okay, on trying to procreate the appropriate way, because women are technically not supposed to be selfish beings. The sex of the feminine race is not supposed to be selfish. They're supposed to be in polygyny, okay? You want a relationship, you're going to have to earn it by learning English as the #1 language and putting yourself out there to international dating sites. As I said before, I made a video about this. Be careful of countries that are overpopulated, okay? Most women become corrupted in overpopulated countries. Because I lived out there. I lived out there for 2 years, man. I actually traveled and I went to Dubai, okay? I went to Dubai and I realized how it was like a golden America. It was like a golden Mecca of America, but it's extremely hot. I could not stand that heat in Dubai. And that was like one of my dreams, okay? But if you want to find a relationship, it is very hard. By 80%, you want to reach for high-hanging fruit. It is harder for men because men have more knowledge overall than women, and men and women are not equals, okay? This is a problem for women. Women will not want to submit. The Jezebel spirit will not submit to a holy man of God, okay? And what I mean by God, I am talking about you as an individual, not the spook in the sky now here. When I'm not talking about that, I'm not talking about Allah or you're worshiping the moon god or Jupiter gods, okay? You know, those things are made up to keep you in the box because of morality. And I've been talking for quite some time, so you should know that it's all unscripted here. Right? And so let me see, but a free loving one. You should look for multiple wives. It's not just one wife. Monogamy is not for kings, and it's called polyandry. It's called polyandry. Polyandry is what women love to do when they're sexually aroused. They're more drawn to what the social networking. It's actually a spirit, they say. The Jezebel spirit. They think of themselves as men. They are masculine in energy. They feel what they want to say has a right to say, even though they have no knowledge. They just want to feel empowered in some kind of way. And so they have their energy and their sexual energy is not focused on you procreating with you. They are more interested in procreating sexually with themselves. And they'll get impregnated by many men. Okay? And of course, in many cultures, they are becoming more westernized. Okay? And westernized countries are bound to fall because they're allowing the women to the matriarch. As a matter of fact, this is going on right now. Okay? And the powerful men, the handful of men, are going to realize to keep a cap on it, a lid on it, because we already know the limitations. History tends to repeat itself. You know, when women start taking over men's monies, when you get married, that's going to flip. Joe versus Wade is a great example. All of this killing and murders and stuff like that is mostly happening because of abortions, okay? But when it comes down to it, long story short, we got a bunch of women out there taking advantage of weak men. All right? And we got, he said, some women, it's called polyandry. Okay, when the woman, you have to test the women out for that. They used to do this in tribes in Africa. They used to test the woman's out her virginity through the egg testing, okay, for her virtualness. As a matter of fact, most religions look down on women who lose their virginity in the house. Okay, you should know about this. Your name is Halisi. That's an Ethiopian. Sounds like an Ethiopian name. Okay, I was born in 13th month, Pugma, in Ethiopia. They call me a Pugma, okay, Pugma baby. I'm a Harry Potter magic folk. I don't have sins. I'm one of the prophets. I don't really hang with people that much because people tend to lie and play games. and then I see their family die, because the voices and the Holy Spirit has told me so. So I don't really do what a lot of people do. And there's people who are the chosen ones in this planet. You got to be careful. It's more than just one prophet. There are many prophets, and they exist in all forms and sizes. And when you say no, I can't believe that, you have to be convinced through research. And without research, you cannot obtain no knowledge. If you cannot do research on anything I'm saying, you cannot obtain the light. Your third eye is closed, and you shall be reborn, okay, here in this beautiful nightmarish world. Now, what else is there to talk about here? You think, okay, I already told you why the nature of woman. The nature of a woman is to share. Sharing is caring. If she's like, the wisest man ever lived was King Solomon the Great. And right next to him, the female version is more Queen Sheba. And even Queen Sheba met King Solomon, okay, so Cleopatra and all of them queens from Africa. No one is more wiser than King Solomon. Not Jesus, no Allah, no Elijah Muhammad, no one, okay, because Elijah Muhammad and all of them are different prophets and queens and kings, but no one can compare to King Solomon the Great. He is the only one and only who controlled this planet. Okay, he had the most wealth of all people in this world. And on top of that, he didn't really listen to the God Almighty that was talking to him. There's many gods, okay? He controlled many demons and heard many gods. He controlled the ring of power, okay? And of course, if you read his story, of course, people won't believe it because they don't know anything about King Solomon the Great, okay? But he's the wisest because he knew how to manipulate the demons to do his bidding. He didn't have no worries about disobeying God's word because he knew the whole purpose of this matrix. As a matter of fact, the Bible clearly tells you that we are living in the matrix, but it's taken out of context. It's taken out from the Bible, okay? But I said before, most people don't like doing the research, and you can do the research yourself at another time. I don't believe in religion, okay? Because I am God. I'm here. You're God too, as a matter of fact. But since we don't have morality and we don't know how to share and we don't know how to care and don't know how to give accordingly to the poor, okay, this world is going to be judged accordingly to how well the poor people are treated, okay? And I'm a good father. I love one of my mentors is Mahatma Gandhi, Socrates, and also Solomon. As you should already know, they're the wisest of all the world. I'm not talking about, I ain't looking down on Confucius and the rest of them, okay, or Heraclitus, okay. I'm just saying there are more powerful men who have the knowledge. And sometimes they just kill themselves, okay? They sacrifice themselves, okay? They couldn't deal with all the pressures of this world. So they just said, I'm out. No. It's like Socrates. Socrates is the only one I know who questions everything. If he questions you and you can't answer that, then you already in the conundrum already. You stuck, okay? You stuck. And he took hemlock. And they wanted him to escape, but he still took hemlock. I don't want to be here no more. Okay, he was a powerful philosopher and a general, man. But of course, people accused him of stupid things, okay, homosexuality, okay, But I'm looking down on none of that stuff because I don't want to get my TikTok banned, okay, all right? But other than that, what else you would like to talk about, guys? I've been talking on here for like about, let me see, about 26 minutes. And I'm gonna cut it short like that because if I talk, okay, and then TikTok picks up on my algorithm, they'll take something out of context, okay, because I don't mean no harm here. I'm just a psychologist and a philosopher and a godhead here, and I'm not offending nobody. Somebody may end up reporting me, and then I get blocked, okay, and I don't know why, but, the policy says that if they want to be biased, they can. It's just their platform. This is why I'm on multiple platforms. I am the Emerald Pillar King, and no man can be like me. But there'll be copycats. But I'm going to keep it down on the wraps under 30 minutes. When I get back on here the next time, you might be watching me play some Doom. Some Doom Eternal, okay? Because that game teaches you a lesson. When demons in another realm uses humans as soul food and stuff, and then they make their world live in another dimension, that's another subject for another day, guys. So thank you very much for joining my video. I was just talking about some things. See how the conversation just smooths out? Because I wanted to talk about all these things on here, but other than that, I can't talk about it for too long, guys, okay? Because I will get my TikTok pulled down, okay? Other than that, I'm out here, guys. I hope to God that you keep doing your research and never get stale in life. Life is a journey. It's an experience. All right? You're not supposed to be a boring person. If you can't entertain yourself in the mirror, something obviously wrong with you. But some people would say, if you're talking to yourself in the mirror, something is wrong with you. So you got to think about that conundrum. If you can't learn how to be by yourself, you should not be with anybody else. You got that? Okay, so I'm out of here, guys. And I'll talk to you later because I got to get me something to eat. Peace.